In today's video, I will show you how to link repositories of scripts that are located in Azure DevOps into your Nerdio Manager for Enterprise installation. This feature is available starting with version 3.5 of Nerdio Manager for Enterprise. As you may know, Nerdio Manager for Enterprise has a number of scripted actions that come pre-bundled with every installation, and you can create your own scripted actions or customize the existing ones. The scripted actions can either be created locally within the Nerdio Manager environment and stored locally to the installation, or you can use GitHub, and now you can also use Azure DevOps to store your scripts and automatically sync them into Nerdio Manager. So let's take a look at the process of linking an Azure DevOps repository. If we go under Settings and go to Nerdio Environment and scroll down to, we'll go to Integrations and scroll down to Script Repositories, you can see there is a section that now supports both GitHub and Azure DevOps. GitHub has been supported for quite a while now, so if you're interested to learn how that works, please go back and refer to the prior video on demos for this. And now I will show you how to use Azure DevOps, which is extremely similar, almost identical to how you would link GitHub repositories. So the first thing we need to do is we need to add a new token that is going to allow Nerdio Manager to access your private Azure DevOps script repositories in a safe way. So when we click on Add Token, we can provide the token name, select the service that we want to use. Again, we can either use GitHub or Azure DevOps, and copy the token that is provided to us when creating it. The way you create a token is pretty straightforward. You can click on this Learn More link, and this will take you to the Microsoft documentation for creating personal access tokens. It's a pretty simple process. You go to personal access token, generate one, select the duration and the level of access, and then it will provide you with the token key. And all you need to do is just enter the token here and click Save. I've already created one. You can see here I have one called Vadim DevOps token. It's listed right here. And now once we have the token, we can go ahead and link our repository. So to link the repository, we're going to click on Link Repository right here. First thing we'll do is we'll select our service to be Azure DevOps right there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to specify the organization URL. And the organization URL, you'll be able to copy directly from your Azure DevOps. In my environment, it looks like this. It's just my personal organization under dev.azure.com. Then we're going to specify our project. In my case, my project is called Enemy Scripts, and my repository is also called Enemy Scripts. And then I can either type or paste my token in here, or I can select an existing one, like the one we created. So this can be used for multiple repositories. So go ahead and select the token. Then we can select the path within the repository. I'm going to just go at the high level. So go to the /path, and we can select our various branches, the extensions of the files we want to sync, the type of scripts that are going to be located in this repository, and whether or not we want to include subfolders. We could also add additional branches or additional paths if we wanted to. We could do multiple of those, but I'm just going to add everything under this repository, and I'm going to tell the system that it's a Windows script that I'm syncing. And finally, we have this option that's by default enabled to allow you to automatically synchronize any changes that are made to the scripts in the repository will be now synchronized to Nerdio Manager. I will go ahead and click OK. And if we scroll down to the task section, we'll see there's now a new task that has now just linked the repository, and now it is running a synchronization. So this should be done in just a few seconds. And once it's synchronized, I will be able to go into my scripted actions and see those scripts that were pulled down from my Azure DevOps repository. Now, the great thing about using Azure DevOps is you can use your favorite authoring tools like Visual Studio Code or really any other tools or workflows that you can set up in Azure DevOps to back up and monitor and branch your scripts and do all of the capabilities that Azure DevOps offers. And those changes will automatically sync down into Nerdio Manager, and you won't have to change any configurations. Any scripts that are synced from a repository that are attached to, let's say, a host pool or to a image creation process will automatically get updated in your environment as you make changes in the repository itself. So now that we see this process is complete, if we go to details, we'll actually be able to see what's in there. Looks like there are 0 files that are in that directory because my repository happens to be empty. But as soon as I add some scripts, it will show me them and allow me to access them. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to take this path. I'm going to go into my repository. I will open it up. I'm going to go to repos and files, and I'm going to create a new file. So let's go ahead and select new file. I'm going to call it hello.ps1, click create, and inside of this file, I'm going to say hello world and commit it. Once I commit, that file is now here in my repository. I'll come back to Nerdio Manager and either wait for the replication or for the synchronization to happen, or just hit this little synchronize button next to the repository, give this a few seconds and see what happens. So there we go. It found a file called hello, which is a Windows script. And now that this is going to complete, I will jump into scripted actions, Windows scripts. And if I sort by source, by enemy scripts, you see here's my file called hello. I click on it, you can see hello world. And you can also tell that it was modified just now, a few minutes ago, and where it's coming from. So it's as easy as that. This is a read-only file. You can see I can't make any changes here. That's because all changes and all authoring happens on the Azure DevOps side. But as soon as those changes are made, they will get automatically synced down to Nerdio Manager. Hope you found this useful, and I will see you in the next video.